Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. As you will have seen, there is still snow on the ground, which I was not expecting, but I suspect over the night, without more snow falling, the snow that's out there is probably quite icy snow. It's not on the roads, it is on the pavements. And my garden, because of the huge conifer out there, does quite well at shading from things. So my garden's not too snowy. I am stood here doing this and I'm hearing crunching, and it's because one of my delightful family members this morning has had Rice Krispies, I suspect, and has left them strewn on the floor, and I have just stood on them, so I'm crunching. So I'm going to have to get the Hoover out before I start work. I love my family dearly, but they're messy whatsits. It's Monday, so once I've taken the children to school, I'm going to have a bit of Zen time, because I have to take those while I get them, those little moments. And then I do need to do some housework. Definitely need to do some housework. Kenzie did the bathroom for me yesterday, so that was really good. But I do need to do some dusting. I've got a couple of loads of washing to put on, and just general tidying. Mainly dusting, to be honest. And I should really mop the floors. But then I wonder, is it worth it when it's snowy outside and wet and people are going to... I do ask them to take their shoes off, but Lee and Brendan, my family, I love them dearly. But they will walk through the house with their shoes on every evening, even if it's wet. So part of me is thinking, is it worth it? Right, so I'm just going to make a start on putting dishes away and hoovering the Rice Krispie floor, and I'll come back to you after I've done the school run. Right. Okay, I've got 2 reindeer pulling my sleigh. Finn, your turn.
I've got 2 reindeers.
Oh, you have to roll the dice, Finn. Roll the dice. And you got a yellow. Well done, Finn. What have you got?
1.
1 reindeer to add to your pile.
Oh, yellow.
A yellow bear. What have you got? What is it? Oh, yours are ended. Right, it's between me and Finn now. Finn's winning so far because he's got 3 reindeer. Red. No, orange.
Oh, so that's the end of my sister's sleigh.
Right, you'll go, Finn?
Yeah.
How many has he got, half?
I counted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Wow, and he's still going. Green, Finn. You need to pick a green one.
Only 1 green left.
What you got?
Oh.
2 more?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Well done, Harvey. Right, roll again, Finn. Finn. Are you super lucky? Yeah. Beth?
No reindeer.
Look. Your reindeers like to practice social distancing during COVID times, okay? What do you think? Is that what they're doing? Are they being socially distant?
Yes. No, they shouldn't be. Oh, Beth, if you get
Whereas Finn's reindeer,
they're 2 meters.
definitely not keeping 2 meters apart, are they? There you go.
No. I think I'm going to win this.
You think you're going to win it? I'm not entirely sure you are. Right,
No,
red, Finn. Stomp, 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 stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Stop!
I've dropped the children at school, and it's so nice and crunchy and bright out there and pretty that I've decided I'm going to put a load of washing on. I have got rid of the cobwebs downstairs and I have hoovered downstairs, but I'm going to I think I'm just going to go for a walk. It doesn't have to be huge, maybe a couple of K, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to put some gloves on, put my hood up and go for a walk. And yeah, it feels like the right thing to do on a frosty morning, to go for a nice stroll. I'll take you with me, show you the sights. There is something so lovely about just breathing in that really crisp, fresh, snowy smell in the morning when it snowed. It's just a totally different feel. Oh, I could do this all day. Now, these Christmas trees have been growing the last few years, and I don't know, I mean, they're a bit big now to sell, aren't they, really? But I thought maybe they would be selling them. Not really sure, but it does feel very Christmassy. Look at that. That's a proper Christmas feel. All the way down there. Makes you think of Narnia, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Christmas trees for sale. Order now with a phone number. There you go. They are for sale. I guess these are more house-sized ones, aren't they? These ones on the edge here. I always think I live in a very pretty village in some lovely countryside, but there's something about the snow that completely transforms it into something magical. In fairness, snow could make a pile of poo look quite magical, but this is definitely not a pile of poo. A bird track. It's obviously dragging its feet as it runs. I would imagine a pheasant, probably. I've done a big loop and I'm definitely ready for some breakfast and a cup of tea. So that way is home. I can almost hear the kettle boiling itself, waiting for me. And I don't know what I fancy for breakfast. I guess I'll have to wait and see. All I've had so far is a few grapes and a piece of crystallised mango. It's not really very filling, is it? I don't know. I do have gluten-free bread and I'm very much enjoying having toast at the moment, so I might just go with that. This was a good idea. Enjoy this beautiful snowy morning while it's here. And now to follow my trail back across the green that I made on my way out for my walk, following in my own footsteps. I made a pretty pattern. What a lovely walk. Well, I'm having my toast now. I've gone for my borage honey again. I'm very much enjoying this. It's not going to last very long. Nice hot cup of tea. And then in a minute, I'm going to make a sausage casserole in the hot pot over there, ready for dinner tonight. I'm just going to brown off a few of the things and soften some of the veg. And then I'll chuck it all in the slow cooker. I've just given the inside of that a bit of a clean. I'm going to mop the floors, getting through the washing over there, and and I've put the food in there, so that is cooking away for dinner tonight. Oops. Oh, and I've probably done this totally backwards. I've cleaned all of this sink and polished this up. Of course, now I'm going to be washing the floors, so you know, I probably did that totally backwards. For my lunch, I have done myself a bowl of berries and some evaporated milk, and I needed another cup of tea because you've got to have a cup of tea with your lunch. And I know it ruins it because it stops you absorbing the iron and stuff, but I like my tea. I'm going to use a bit of a damp cloth and have a bit of a dust around my furniture. It is 1 o'clock and I've had a mix of stuff for me, like the walk, and stuff that needs to be done, like the housework. So, feeling like I've achieved something. Cool, my washing machine's noisy. I have just removed one of the panels to get to the Christmas stuff. And I'm pleased to say all the child-minding Christmas activities and fun toys are all with the Christmas decorations. So that was good thinking of me, rather than having to crawl through into that section of the loft, which is where most of my child-minding boxes are kept. But this one is thankfully very easy to get to. And I'm going to go and clear some space in the playroom, and then we can put some of these things out and start with our Christmassy feel, because Wednesday I think is when we start with the advent calendars. Kenzie hasn't ordered his. I normally buy them each an advent calendar, but I figured Brendan's old enough now if he wants one to get one himself. I've bought one for myself, and Kenzie wants one that is like £30, so he doesn't currently have an advent calendar for that reason. Otherwise I would have just bought him a normal one, but we'll see if he decides that, I don't know, he might have missed the boat on his big advent calendar that he's after. It's got lots of figures in it. Anyway, I'm going to take this downstairs, and then the children and I can start enjoying some of this Christmas stuff together. And for those of you that do not know, at the moment Brendan is using the loft space as his Warhammer art place. He built this little table last year, this past year he built it. And he comes up here and sits and does his Warhammer. He was doing it out in the caravan, but it gets very cold in the caravan. He gets a bit lonely out there. So it's working better with him in here. He's got some boxes stored over there. He still has quite a bit of it in the caravan, but he just goes out and gets what he needs. And he goes through stages. Sometimes he's building, sometimes he doesn't touch it for months and months and months. And then all of a sudden he goes through another stage of building again. But he has lots of parts to enjoy. I'm sure this would be easier with 2 people, but I am the only person here. Oh God, it's very heavy. Excuse me, I'm going to try and get down before my head gets squished in the gap. I could be wedged here, my little legs dangling, going, help me, and I'd have to stay like that till about 5 o'clock. Oh, just out my head. I need that. I survived. Time for the school run. Ow, that was my hand. I only have one child to pick up. That is Christoph Lammy Pie. Because, well, Malone's got COVID. Llewellyn's now being tested for COVID. My children are flagging again. Not hand, foot and mouth this time. The lurgy. Malone seems okay from what I've heard, which is really good. I mean, kids do tend to be okay with it, don't they? It's just if they give it to people who are less okay. But I have to say, if any of them are going to get it, it's going to be Christopher or Llewellyn, because there's no social distancing between them and they are like all over each other. So, right, okay. And then we're going to the park for a few minutes. Well, I say a few minutes, maybe half an hour, see what we can do. We're going to go and play on what's left of the snow. Virginia's going to meet us there with Uliana and Zoriana. And Thomas and his mum are going to meet us there. So we won't be just lonely and just the 2 of us and my friend Virginia, because I did suggest we take all the children to the pub. That sounds like a random thing to do, but we'd take them to the pub and have a hot chocolate. Which I shouldn't do because I'm being really good about losing weight. Although I do seem to be having an awful lot of hot chocolates. Anyway, but I thought it'd be a nice thing to do since I've only got 1 child. But for various reasons that can't happen. So she's just showed me a picture of a thermos flask. She's bringing me a cup of tea, which was very, very sweet of her. Yeah, so we're not going for hot chocolates. Right, I don't know if I'll film anything at the park because I'm not very good at filming in the afternoon. And I think this video is already about 13-14 minutes long, so I doubt there'll be very much more footage left. If you want to see exactly how much footage is left, put your finger on the button, like on the screen, like that. This is assuming you're watching on the phone, of course. And the little bar that comes up, down there. And then, trying to think which way it will be for you. Whatever's left that isn't red, that's how much you got left. And look at the minutes, it will tell you. You know this, you know. But actually, and I never do this, but I'm going to do it. While you're fiddling with buttons in that general area, press the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And the little bing bong. Right, I never do that, so I thought I'd stick it in there while I was at it. Okay, people, I'll see you in a bit. Ooh, a table decoration for the table. And there's a hyacinth in there, is there? That's very nice. Thank you, Kenzie.
Oh, where is it?
What are you after?
The thing you said it's ready.
It's in the slow cooker.
Oh. Where is it?
Sausage casserole.
Ooh.
Were you warming that?
Yes.
Yes. Right. It actually goes quite well with your blazer, I have to say.
I might keep doing it.
I would, if the teachers aren't telling you off.
I've already been told to take it off once, and that was in history.
Okay. Go on then, go get in the shower, get yourself all cleaned up, and I'll sort your dinner out for you and make your cup, alright?
First, I'm quite hungry.
Okay, have a snack first. That casserole's come out quite nice, I think. It looks and smells delicious. I think that's pretty much the vlog done. I must be around the 20-minute mark. I am a bit soggy. We went to the park. Well, I'm not soggy now, I'm in my onesie now. But yes, I went to the park with Christopher and we played in the snow. Not a lot of it left. And then we've come home, but my jeans were wet because they got, you know, rising damp. And so I put my onesie on. And Christopher has been snuggled up under a blanket watching the Lego Batman movie, which he requested. Anyway, dinner has been a hit. Just Brendan to have his, but he's not quite ready for it yet. And I have a full belly. I think tonight's TV viewing is The Rookie. I think The Rookie. I've got another confirmed positive case of COVID in the setting, and another one waiting, and one waiting on a test. So yep, I need to do some reporting to the people I need to report it to. Oh my goodness, it's just kind of circling and circling. I do have my booster jab on Friday, hoping that's going to do the trick. I don't want to get it. I don't want to be poorly sick. Yeah. Right, I'm going to stop whining about being poorly sick. You know, it happens. These things happen. We'll just have to deal with it. But like I said before, it's the long COVID that worries me. Okay, I will see you lovely lot tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.